Don't be afraid, this is a low fat, and you are listening to HonestAnswerRadio.com. Now, where is the egg roll you guys promised me?
The views and opinions expressed on the Honest Answer Radio show are the opinions of Honest Answer Media and no one else. If you're hearing a syndicated broadcast of this show, don't hold it against the broadcaster. Rather, congratulate them on their openness, tolerance, and respect for the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Until there are no longer first class, second class citizens of any nation. Until the color of man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. Everywhere is war. War. Everywhere is war.
Killing a brother.
War.
Destroying the country.
War.
For nothing.
War.
For nothing. They don't take care of a younger brother. We don't need no more war.
Some winning, some losing, some dying, some crying, some sing. We don't need no more trouble. We don't need no more trouble. We don't need no more trouble. We don't need no more trouble.
We don't need no more trouble. Welcome to Honest Answer Radio here on HonestAnswerRadio.com, where we're punching the mainstream media in the teeth every chance we get, amongst other people, of course. I'm going to be the Marty half of your dynamic host and duo this evening.
And tonight, I'll be the Casey half.
I hope you are. I hope you're going to be something.
I was almost Raul there for a second, but that's only on Saturday.
I got you. Dude, now I put in my little Facebook tease, and so did you. We have a rather full plate this evening. I got more audio clips tonight than I think is going to be possible for us to get through. But I have a veritable cornucopia. You understand cornucopia? A plethora, if you will. You understand plethora?
Well, we did them cornucopias back in grade school. We used to make them.
No. Different corner. It's something like that. Dude.
Or wait, isn't that how you like do your hair in these really tight little braids?
Yeah, you put them in the little cornucopias, you know.
Yeah.
Little cornucopia rolls, something like. Anyway. Well, here we are. It's August 27th, 2013. And we are on the verge of yet another military conflict.
Because, you know, we haven't had enough of them,
Right.
you know, since, 2003?
Yeah, you know, I think we're behind on our quota or something like that. Because, or either that, you know, we're tying up, you know, our loose ends there in Afghanistan and Iraq. You know, it's really, I think that the president and SecDef and John Kerry and all them, I think they're just trying to keep our troops from getting bored. Could that be it? You
know, I think if we were to ask our troops, they would say, "Don't do me no favors."
Man, we need another war. Yeah.
I don't think they need any distractions. I mean, really.
That's just what we need. So I got some audio regarding Syria tonight. I got some audio from Rush. I got some audio from Beck, from Glenn Beck. It's rare that we play any Glenn Beck's audio because most people hear the name Glenn Beck and oh God. So, you know, we don't want to turn anybody off. We happen to love Beck.
But if we decide to play it, we're going to play it anyway.
That's right. We love Beck, and I've got some pretty good audio from him tonight. I got El Jefe himself. I got the president. I got Howard Dean pretty much admitting how scared of Ted Cruz he is.
Is he doing a Jerry Clower impression at the same time?
No. We ain't got none of that tonight. But, you know, he is being an idiot. So, speaking of idiots, I've got some audio tonight. I got 2 clips of audio tonight from State Department spokesman Mary Harf. Harf. Speaking of idiots. And when I play these clips, you're going to see why I'm calling this lady an idiot. Wow, this is, you know, I don't know how she got the job. I don't know if, you know, she's always been there, or if she's the newest, you know, spokesman that John Kerry's hired. I know this isn't, you know, the State Department spokesman job, much like, you know, the White House press secretary. It's not something that you just get by being a civil servant. You're kind of appointed to that, you know, based on who's in charge.
Now, isn't this chick, is she the wife of Baghdad Bob? She's got to be a cousin.
Something like that. Either that, she could be Jay Carney's sister with the way she does, you know, the old Potomac shuffle there. She don't want to answer anything. I guarantee you she is fitting into the Obama administration like a glove, because total non-commitment here. She doesn't want to admit to anything, and not even something that she just said 2 minutes ago. I also got a clip from our favorite network, MSNBC. We can't have a show without punching MSNBC in the teeth. I mean,
because we like low-hanging fruit, and no dirty comments from the peanut gallery there.
But there's not much lower-hanging fruit on the broadcast vine than MSNBC, and we kind of get an idea of why their ratings are in the tank by listening to this clip. One of their weekend anchors, Karen Finney, made a mistake of calling into a conservative radio station or radio show and not being willing to stand and defend her own remarks. So, wow. Where can we start?
Tell you what, let's start with the most unpleasant of all.
The most gosh.
That would be Syria.
Syria, okay. All
Potential war is always the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
has to
you
rank
know
up
what?
high.
Since we're talking about Syria and idiots in the State Department, Mary Harf is giving her little briefing.
Now, what she's talking about here isn't Syria necessarily. It has more to do with the peace process between...
No. In this clip, this is her Syrian clip.
Oh, this is the Syria clip.
This is the Syria clip. We're talking about Syria right now. She's talking about chemical weapons, and she goes all the way back to World War I.
Oh, yeah.
To try to give the press corps a little bit of perspective, before they go jumping on them about, mindlessly jumping into war. She starts giving a little historical perspective there, going all the way back to World War I. And when an AP reporter tried to get some clarification from, here, listen.
Since you brought up the history, I'm just wondering if you're familiar. If you look back and found when any previous administration has used the use of chemical weapons as a legal justification for military or any other intervention?
I think that I would strongly discourage people from comparing this situation to any historical other situation where chemical weapons.
You're the one that just went back to World War I.
No, I'm talking. I'm laying out the historical set of international norms that have formed. You're trying to compare it to being used as a justification for another conflict.
I'm not trying to compare it. I'm just asking you if you are aware of any previous administration relying on the use of chemical weapons as justification for a military or non-military intervention. I'm just wondering if you opened the door to this going back to World War I.
2 points. I was laying out the historical international norm against the use of chemical weapons. Clearly, we're all familiar with some of the history, including recent history on this issue, and I'm not going to go into a further historical analysis than that.
Well, then okay.
Where's your next? I think it's important to lay out the historical basis and international norms against the use of chemical weapons.
Respectfully, you can't just throw it out there and then say I'm not going to answer any more questions.
Okay, so what's your next question? Where were you going with that, Matt?
Well, I just want to. I'm asking you a very simple question.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, the answer is yes. The previous administrations have used the use of chemical weapons as the legal justification for intervention, military or otherwise, in the past. They have.
I don't know about legal justification, but I know it's been a topic of discussion in past conflicts, yes.
Can you, which ones?
See, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole with you. We are not comparing this specific case to any other time we've concluded that a regime may or may not, or whatever the discussion was about chemical weapons. I laid out historical basis and international norms against the use of chemical weapons. Those are actually two different things. Right. You're trying to take me down a rabbit hole here.
No, I'm not. You're assuming that I'm trying to trick you again, and I'm not.
Again,
I'm just
you so
asking,
frequently do. It's hard to tell when you're not.
It's a very straightforward question. Are you familiar with any case in which a previous administration has used this as the rationale for intervention, military or otherwise?
Clearly, we're all familiar with a lot of the history, Matt, yes.
Let me ask, but you are. Then I'm just asking you when, because I'm not.
When we've discussed chemical weapons in terms of military intervention in places in the past?
Yeah, where has the U.S. intervened on the basis of another country using chemical weapons? I can't think of one off the top of my head. I'm just wondering.
Then we'll move on.
Do you
No, I'm asking. You said yes, it has happened. So I want to know where.
I said that there have been conversations in the past. We all lived through the past 12 years, and we all remember the discussions about WMD in the past. That's where I thought you were going with that. I'm not going to compare it.
No, you see, that's why I'm not trying to get you to compare this to Iraq or anything else. I'm just trying to find out if you're aware.
Again, so then my previous statement stands. I don't want to compare this to any previous administration, to any previous decision.
Your answer to my question was yes, it has happened. So
I'm not comparing it to any previous administration or previous decision. So I'm not going to have a discussion of previous administration's decision.
You talk here about international...
No, I just want to be clear on this. I'm not going to compare this to any previous administration. Then why did you ask about previous administration?
I'm wondering if you are aware that if any previous administration has used the use of chemical weapons as a...
I don't think it's relevant in this case. That's my answer, and we're moving on. Thank you. Saeed, go ahead, Saeed. I'll go to you next, please.
I just want...
All right, you catch that? I mean, she was the one laying out this big historical timeline all the way back to 1914 which we talked about